Hey everyone, Sabitha here with a new walkthrough on how to get started on our Discord server. I already set up my account and I went to my email and confirmed my email address, what you have to do before you can go to the next step. After you do that, it's going to show you the server rules, which you'll have to read through and click the agree and hit submit before you can move on into the server. After you accept the rules, you will see the pop-up for the Start Here channel. And this is where all the basic information is about where to post first. So if you click that, it's going to take you to the first channel, and it's also going to start giving you their Discord's walkthrough. So as you can see, all the channels are open, and it is a bit overwhelming when you look at it like this. So I highly recommend that the first thing you do is click on these bold words are categories, and so you can just minimize them. And then it takes everything down to where only the things that are important are visible. The other thing you can do is come over here and hide the members list, which is another way to calm down the screen until you get used to all of the stuff that's happening. Getting started gives you the basic run through of everything you need to know right away when you start using Discord. Our channel is activity based, and so we have a bot that levels you up, and as you level up, more channels will open up, so that way you're not overwhelmed with everything at once. To see any of the channels, you have to comment and introduce yourself first, and then it'll get you to level 2, which will then open up the first section of channels. So when you are looking at channels, you'll see that this one has a red number 1, and that means that you have been tagged somewhere. So when you click on the channel, it's going to open it up, and sometimes it will take you right to where you were tagged, and sometimes it won't. Like in this instance, it didn't take us to where we were tagged. So you might have to scroll around and find your tag, but anytime that you're tagged in something, it's going to have this gray box or brown box around it. So that way you know that that's what that number 1 was about. So we can open up the guide category and find getting started again. So that way we're back to where we were. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go to the Introduce Yourself channel and get the first level. As soon as you post something in here, then the bot will automatically level you up because it only takes like a point or 2 for the level 2. So let's post something. So it leveled it up, and as you can see in the left-hand panel, a few more channels opened up, and where the bigger channels opened up was under everyone and under readers. So now you're able to comment in all of the basic channels. If you are a writer, you can come, well, let's go back to getting started. Okay, so the next thing in getting started is talking about if you want to see the secret sections. So if you're a writer, you will go to the navigation channel, which these blue hashtags, you can click on them. If you're ever lost and you know the name of the channel you're looking for, you can always put hashtag and start typing out the name, and then it'll show you a list of channels with that name, and you can click on it there and then hit enter, and then you'll be able to, it'll create one of these blue clickable links. So then you can just go to the channel. So navigation is the main breakdown of the server. And if you are ever lost, every section has a navigation channel at the top of it. And then all of those navigation channels will link back to the main navigation. So if you're a writer, you'll scroll up here, and the writer channels, to open secret section, you have to click on the paper and pencil. And so you find that down here in these emojis and click on it. And so by doing that, it's going to now add us a second section down here called writers. So when I'm using Discord, I keep all of these sections minimized because I don't want all of that noise distracting me. Anytime somebody comments in one of these sections, the channel will show up without having to show you all the channels. And then if you ever don't want to see like the writer section, you'll come back over here and react again, and it'll take it away. And so then you don't see it. The rest of these are all notifications. And so I or other admins can tag any of these words, and it'll give you a notification that something has happened to do with these topics, like if there's free books or if we're doing accountability, anything like that. Okay, so now that we have the basics of the server down, let's start by changing your username and avatar photo. So when you first sign up, everybody is going to see you as whatever you chose to be your username, but we can change that by going to the drop-down menu here and hitting Edit Server Profile. So first you can change your nickname and use capital letters and symbols and I believe emojis, and make sure to hit Save Changes. And then you can click on User Profile, and this is where you'll be able to change your avatar and change your profile color and your About Me. So when somebody clicks on your name, they will get your little About Me with whatever you put in this section here. And then they will see the color and your avatar photo. And so as soon as you finish that, you can click Escape and it takes you right back to the server where you were. So as you can see, even though we have all of this minimized, now that somebody commented and introduced yourself, it has popped up with a little white mark here that shows that there is new information there for you to read. And so you can click on it and it'll take you to the next available post in the thing. If that happens to be a lot of conversation between the last time you posted, you might have to scroll up to figure out where the last time you posted was, and then read through the conversation that way. Notifications. The best way to get notifications for Discord is to put it in your bookmark bar, because when you have it in your bookmark bar, it will have a little red dot, as you see up here in my top section, that will show you when there are when there's activity in Discord. And then if you are being tagged in Discord, it'll have a little number 1, or I think it counts up for how many times you've been tagged. So then it is a visual, hey, something's going on in Discord, I can pop over there. The other thing that you can do is set up email notifications, but the email notifications will only notify you once you have been away from the server for a while. So by clicking on whatever they email you, it's going to be harder to find where you were tagged or where you were notified, because so much activity has happened since the tag and the delay in them emailing you. But you can click the down arrow again by the server name up here and go to notification settings. So when you first join the server, the automatic is only mentions. You can switch it to all notifications, or you can switch it to nothing. I usually keep mine on all notifications, but since I'm on Discord every day, it isn't that too crazy. And then down here is where you can kind of customize your notifications. So you can turn off being notified whenever I tag at everyone, and or if it's role mentions, like we discussed whenever we were in the navigation section. All of these are roles, and so when you turn them on, you're getting a role mention whenever I tag one of these. So you can turn those off if you don't want to be notified with role mentions. But if you are somebody who is a part of the list run or part of Patreon, you're not going to want to turn those notifications off, because that will be a huge way that you're getting notifications. And then you can also turn on and off for the mobile app. The next thing that you can do is mute channels or mute categories. So again, these titles next to the arrows are called categories, and the titles next to the hashtags are called channels. So you can mute the whole category by right-clicking on it and hitting mute category, and then until I turn it back on. And so it's going to gray out, and you're not going to get any notifications for that category. The only downside to this is that it doesn't make it go away. So let's mute a channel instead. So when you drop this back open, you'll see all these channels here, and you can right-click on them in the same way, mute channel, until I turn it back on. Oh, I'm already checkboxed up here. Okay. So again, that graded out just like it grayed out the category. So we can go through and mute all these channels. Ooh. And then whenever we hit this down arrow next to the server name and check hide muted channels, it takes them away from your view altogether. So now they're not even there. And then every time you mute a channel from now on, it will just disappear. And then if you want to see them again, all you have to do is uncheck this box and then they'll come back, but they'll still be grayed out because we have them muted. So if you are here for only Patreon or only the list run, then you'll be able to mute everything you don't want to see. Likewise, if you're a reader and you're only interested in cozy mystery books and not interested in general book chat or fantasy book chat, you can come through and mute all of these channels. So that way, when you hit the reader tab, you are only seeing the stuff for cozy mystery and nothing for fantasy or general books. And that helps parse down, you're only seeing the stuff that's important to you. Discord has its own little walkthrough that it does for you to also kind of get you familiar with it. And if you click on these little glowing bulbs, they'll have their own pop-ups. So that way, as you're getting used to the server, it's kind of walking you through it as well. Next thing that you can do is set your birthday up in the server. If you click on the guide category, you'll come down to birthday list. And to do this, you have to hit the triangle and then type birthday, space, set, and then your month / your day. This feature is using the bot, and the only way the bot knows what to do with this information is if you type this triangle first. And then you have to type the exact words birthday set with a space between them, and then another space, and then your month and your day. And then when you hit enter, the bot will interact with it and log it in the system. So whenever it becomes your birthday, down here in, oh, we hit that channel. Down here in General Hangout, the bot will announce your birthday like this. And this is done in Central Standard Time. Logging into Discord for the first time can be super overwhelming. We've all been there. I know for me, when I first discovered Discord, it was the first time I had tried to understand a new social media platform since Instagram. So that was definitely over a decade ago. But I just want you guys to know that everyone in our server is super friendly and is always open to asking questions. Don't ever feel like your question is a dumb question because anybody will answer it. There's no reason to keep it to yourself and just hope that somebody else asks it first. Take the plunge, ask the question. So if you have a question, the best place to ask it is to click on everyone and then general hangout and ask it here, because everyone can see this channel, so it'll be the place that you'll get the best answers. If you have not posted in introduce yourself yet, then you can also ask it here. And I know introducing yourself is kind of like one of those standing in front of the class things, but it can just be short and sweet. You only have to post a few words in your introduction, so it can just be, hey, my name is blah, and that's it. Or you can talk about your favorite book or how you found the server, something super short, so that way you don't have to have a whole embarrassing, let me tell you about myself run through. I'm going to give a quick recap over everything we learned just to kind of catch up. So these bold words next to the arrows are categories, and they are collapsible, so you can also mute them or just hide the channels. Then when you open a category, the words next to the hashtag are channels. You can mute channels and you can hide muted channels so that way you no longer see them. When you click on a channel, you are going to see the name at the top, and then next to that, you will see the description. Most channels have descriptions here, or if there's a link that goes with the channel, it will have a link here for you to be able to click. If you are looking at this on the phone, the description will actually show up with the members list. As you move over, this hashtag is for threads. Threads are like subcategories to channels. And so, like, let's say we're doing a movie night and we don't want to have a whole channel just for movie night, but we don't want it to take up space in any other channel. We can create a thread and then it will be active just long enough for us to have the movie night, and then it'll disappear and go away. The bell is for notification settings for this specific channel. And so just like when we went to the drop-down menu next to the server name, you can adjust your notifications here for this specific channel. And then the pin is for pinned messages. When there's a pinned message, you can jump to it and then it'll take you specifically to that message, highlighting it to where it is at. Usually the pinned messages are stuff that are important to that channel that we don't want to get lost in the feed. The next little people is the show and hide members list. If you are mobile, when you show the members list, this description will show up over here. The search feature in Discord is so amazing. I use it all the time. Sometimes whenever I am typing in Discord, I will sometimes put keywords in what I'm typing so that way I know that I will be able to find it again later. But you can search for specific new usernames, you can search a specific channel, dates, or if it's just something like, let's say you know that you posted a link in the general hangout, so you can go to search and then in channel and type in general hangout, and then you can start typing in link, and then you can click on has link, and in the search field it will only show stuff that has a link, so that way you can find the link that you posted. And then you can also even narrow it down more to where it is only from a specific person. So then the last thing I want to discuss is specifically for writers. So if you're a reader, this will be the end of the video for you. And if you're a writer, let's dive in. Make sure that you can see the writer section down here on your Discord left-hand panel. When you click on writer to open the channels, you will see the navigation channel first. That will go through the breakdown of what all of these channels are. The writer section has a hangout area and its own accountability area, so that way the writers can feel comfortable getting personal and making friends in the writer area without having to feel like they need to think through what they need to say because the readers are watching them. We broke down this section to cover all of the main topics that you'll come across in indie publishing. But if you aren't sure where to post your question or your conversation, don't worry about it. Just give it your best guess or ask. But this isn't micromanaged, so it's not a big deal if you're in the wrong section. It's just kind of easier to keep topics in specific channels so that way everyone can search and go back and find the resources that they remember seeing somewhere. The next section for the writers is our tribe marketing events. Aconite Cafe puts on newsletter builders and group promotions and anthologies and awards and all kinds of stuff. So this section is where you will find the discussions for all of that. And again, it has its own navigational area. Next is our list run section. And I am going to put the list run tag on myself so that way we can see it. There it is. Okay, so list run also has its own navigation section, and it also has a hangout area so everyone can get to know each other, and tasks are what is currently required to be done. Quick links is where you'll find all of the links for the list run, and then the question and answer section. If you are on the list run and you cannot see this section, then you need to post in Introduce Yourself, which is under Guide, or in General Hangout, or in the Writer Hangout, and let me know. So that way I can add you to the section. I hope you found this video helpful. I know that Discord can be overwhelming, so if you have any more questions or you want me to make another video about a different aspect, just let me know and I will be glad to put that together. I'm so glad that you decided to be a part of our community, and I truly hope that you are able to dive into Discord and become part of our family, because I definitely think that this platform is much more intuitive and easier to use than Facebook once you get to know it, and it will never let you down on giving you notifications, which is one of my huge things about other platforms, not letting me know when stuff is going on them. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on Discord.